Yeah, so hello and welcome to the live stream. Normally, as you know, I don't do public live streams very often. We normally do the member-only live streams on a Sunday. I hope you all can hear me. Maybe you can just confirm in the chat that you can hear me. I don't have too much time in this live stream. I thought about maybe a 30-minute live stream, 45-minute live stream, but because it's been a crazy day and I thought I'd need to do something today. Would have loved to do it early in the morning, didn't really have any time, so we'll do it now. And I had to slow down the chat, so sorry, you can only post every 30 seconds. And the reason for that is just because it might just be overwhelming otherwise. So already going fast in the chat, and welcome all to the chat. So hopefully there's no spamming or anything, and that is why we slowed it down. There might be some scammers in the chat. Always be careful. I try to delete them, or we try to delete them if we see anything. But I think it is also automatically sort of hiding some inappropriate comments. So yeah, we're gonna start. What I really wanted to do in this live stream, and again, I hope the connection stands and everything, but what I really wanted to do in this live stream, because I had so many questions and I can't always answer them all in the comment sections and everything, I really wanted to take a quick look, and I won't spend much time on each coin, but take a look at the coins that I normally cover. And yes, Christopher, that's right. I mean, I read in the chat, I can't answer all questions. But yeah, normally live streams are for channel members, but this is on the Sunday. So today I thought I'll make a special one because it affects the entire community, doesn't it? So, what is crazy? Obviously, what happened today here in the market, I think it was to a degree related to Terra Luna. It was to a degree related to what would have happened anyway. But it is time to talk about some coins that might die. It's not a nice topic and it's not something to scare people, but it is reality. You know that we've been talking on this channel about these prices since November for Bitcoin. Yeah, reached today, perfect, 29K, absolutely, that's what I wanted. But the way the altcoins are being hammered down, that is what annoys me a bit. And I have a feeling they come down too fast, too fast and too far. So that isn't great. And we want to take a look at the coins that I normally cover, only briefly. And then I want to give you my my view. And at some point I might here read in the chat for some, but no, I give you my view of if I think that coin could be high risk or not. So obviously anything is risky at the moment, especially in the crypto market. We have to understand that. Please also understand that this is only my momentary view here in this video or live stream. It is no financial advice. So if I say I think a coin might eventually die, this doesn't mean it has to die. It is only my opinion. It is based on my experience, what I see in the market, my experience of where I see or have seen coins drop in the past when they went through certain levels, and it's purely based on technical aspects. So for example, if I think XRP, I have concerns, but XRP I think has a great use case. The use case doesn't necessarily have anything to do with if the coin will recover to the values that it has today. So let's go into it because we've got a lot to cover, and I'll only take a quick look at each coin. But yeah, I really wanted to take a look at that. So coins, Bitcoin. Yeah, let's start with Bitcoin. Obviously reached the target area today. No concerns about Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin could in theory go to zero, but I think we all agree if that happens, we can all go home anyway. But so let's just skip that. Ethereum. Do we have any concerns about Ethereum? No. Ethereum also has been doing what it needed to do. Yeah, we have on the Ethereum chart here the $1,700 level. Even if we drop that key level, technical level, yeah, also from an Elliott Wave point of view. But even if we drop below the $1,700 level, why is it important? It is so important because it has provided so much support here. And this is where in the current Elliott Wave count I have on the chart here, where I see this here as a wave 1, see this as a wave 2. The wave 2 should stop above $1,700. If it doesn't do that, I have to go to the higher level wave count. I have to start somewhere down here. And basically all of this then would in some way be that impulsive wave up, and then we can just naturally come down much lower based on the Fibonacci targets for this level then. But I've explained that in Ethereum videos, no concern, because Ethereum has an established chart structure. It already is quite old in the crypto market. Yeah, it is one of the older cryptos, one of the veterans, one of the titans in the crypto market, and it has so much space to fall. I wouldn't be worried at all. When would I get worried about Ethereum? Maybe just for fun. Maybe it's not fun, but let's just talk about it. When would I get worried about Ethereum? So I think I would get worried about Ethereum should we really drop below $600. Now, obviously, we are very far away from that, so I don't really have any problems with Ethereum. But let's get into some of the more interesting ones. ADA. Interestingly, ADA, people hated it for being so slow, but yeah, maybe it's good because it has dropped quite slow compared to some other coins. This is the target area for did I say Cardano? Cardano has dropped now, also today perfectly reached the 55-cent level. That's what we've been talking about for many weeks, and it has reached it finally. It has still in the current correction space to drop all the way down to just below 30 cents. That is pretty much a 50% drop. Is it a problem if we drop below that? Let's just take a look. Yep, it wouldn't be great if we drop below 30 cents, but I think if Cardano drops below 30 cents, it would still be, and the problem is, and I try to describe that here, from my experience statistically as well, and what generally happens in markets from a technical point of view, again, not fundamentally, from a technical point of view, if an asset drops below this last Fibonacci retracement level and it stays there for a while, and I can't really say, is that a day, is that 2 days, but if it establishes itself below that 88.7% Fibonacci level, which here for Cardano is around 29 cents, I think it's a bit lower, I haven't done that very accurately now, it is here around 29 cents. If it drops below that and stays there, it's not good for the chart. It has to do with the sentiment shift, yeah. And if this happens and the price comes down that much, it can mean, it's not guaranteed, it can mean that that asset is never going to recover. Now, I don't see the problem for Cardano at the moment, and I would still give it the benefit of the doubt. It could still drop down to 18 cents. You've got here an area where we had some more significant support, yeah. So should we even drop below that in the very worst case, I think we should still be able to recover from here around 18 cents. So for now, ADA, from my point of view, no concern really, even though it's also coming down fast. So at the moment, everything is risky, yeah. It's coming down faster than even I thought, and even I've been told. I had people unsubscribing from this channel back in December because I told them that Solana could go down to $100. And there we are, even lower. Here, Solana, as you can see, it has already dropped into the target area. Looks a bit worse than Cardano. Yeah. Here, ideally, we don't want it to drop below $30. Similar to Cardano, if it drops below $30, worst case, $19. But everything below that last 88.7% Fib level, so everything below $30, super risky from experience, yeah, and from what just in the market happens when any asset, could be a stock, anything, drops below that level, never good. So here also, last resort where we could find support, $21. This is here the area where we had 4 times support in 2021 and resistance. And it doesn't matter that we were there only like a year ago. The problem is that after that, we've made a huge pump and we're now coming down and we're correcting at the moment into an ideal area. Don't get me wrong, we're in an ideal retracement area where the correction could be finished. But from here, it now needs to start. If it doesn't, and if it drops just through it, and at the latest here at $20, yeah, then also here I would say good night if we drop below that. But again, if Solana fails, I mean, which other altcoin do you want to, there's also one more top 10 crypto. But no concern about Solana at the moment. So let's talk about some of the more risky ones at the moment. XRP. Big concerns. I've got concerns about XRP, I have to tell you that. I have really big concerns. Here I have actually taken my wave count out, unfortunately. I don't know why, it was just disappeared for some reason. But also here, when we see this from a bullish point of view and I start my wave count down here, the 88.7% Fibonacci level here is around 37 cents. Should we lose this level again, and we are very close, we are closer than many other coins or many other larger coins, yeah. So you can see here that XRP also very close to that support level. And if we drop below this level again, just purely based on what typically assets do, if they drop below that 88.7% Fibonacci level, absolutely bad for that coin. There is one last possibility that I would give it, and I've mentioned that in the XRP videos as well. There would be sort of the very, 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 very last straw here for XRP. That would then be if we really drop down to 22 cents. But if we drop below that, then we are going to see probably a 1 cent XRP. And I know it's shocking, but this is what probably is going to take place if we drop below this very, very last level here. If I start the Fibonacci area, a Fibonacci retracement tool from 0, we're going to drop to the area. We could theoretically go down to 22 cents. That is still another 50% drop, but I would need to, it's not looking good because this structure is looking a bit different than the Cardano structure. From an Elliott Wave point of view, if I really start my wave count here, which actually is the only possibility I have, then we could come down to that 38, 37 cent level. And below that, it is already not looking good. So this is one of the more risky ones, absolutely. Because if this doesn't work below 37, 38 cents, then I might have to see all of this as a corrective structure. So which is anybody who's been, I know there will be new people here on this channel in this live stream now. But if we're talking about Elliott Waves, where I have seen this so far very bullish, but I've already outlined here when we were around the area of 60, 70 cents that this is starting to look really risky, because I can count this bullish as a wave 1, a wave 2 down here, another wave 1, a wave 2. But if we drop below this 88.7% Fibonacci level, it is just that typically when you drop below these levels, you have to see it often from a corrective point of view, because then it gets more likely that all of this was just a correction. And the problem is, and I explained that again in XRP videos before, that XRP is one of the coins that hasn't made a new all-time high in 2021. And that means this all could just have been a massive correction. And if you see that, and you know that we've been talking about that for Bitcoin, that a wave C ideally comes below the low of the wave A, then you see exactly what I mean. Yeah, where we are going to land. So somewhere below 10 cents. Yeah, so high risk XRP. Even though I like this cryptocurrency, even though I really like it. And again, everybody who's new to this live stream, I'm just going through the coins I normally cover, because a lot of people had asked me what are the higher risk coins, which coin could die. Yeah, I'm not saying they die, but I want to really make you aware about the risk in the market here at the moment, and which coins I personally see as more risky than others. Yeah, and obviously you need to make your own decisions. I can't help you with that. So far we've covered Solana, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I don't see these with concern at the moment, but XRP now is one that I see with concern. So let's go to one that is a disaster. It is an absolute disaster, and I didn't expect it. It's absolutely horrible. It is a coin that I invested myself in around 3 cents back at the time. I doubled up on it around 8 cents. That was it. But I never sold, and that was probably my mistake, because this is a coin that, in my opinion, is going to die. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, Blocktopia, some of you will know, it's still a project is still alive, but it has dropped below everything that I can really tolerate. There is no support left. There is no support left. And we've made here an ABC correction. In this time, we came into this target area. Yeah, so the correction target worked out. However, we've dropped below it. We reacted to that 88.7% Fibonacci level. But here you can see the problem. We came down too fast, and we were already here back in January at the lower support area of that last 88.7% Fib level. The problem is we've dropped below it. We are bleeding out here, and the last drop, I mean, we are this. Where do you want to go to? I mean, there is no support. There is no support anymore. I think this is going to die. What can you do? There is, of course, a slight chance it will recover. Yeah. To sell now is anyway too late, because you're not going to make any more money, unfortunately. And I still hold my block. And maybe one day I will be a rich man in that Blocktopia metaverse, but probably not. You know. So again, nothing here is guaranteed. I can only tell you my opinion. But this one is a cryptocurrency that you know, maybe for anyone who wants to do gambling might be an option, but at the moment it has just dropped too low, and this was one of my fails as well. Yeah, it has just dropped much lower than I anticipated, and even I'm always called a super bearish person. And yeah, everybody who in the end was probably right about the tokenomics, about Blocktopia, yeah, the tokenomics have always concerned me a bit as well, but I was also very positive about this metaverse. But in the end, you can see it just was bleeding out and has never even made a move to the upside in this overall recovery correction, unfortunately. So yeah, high risk, but anyone who wants to do gambling, you get it pretty much for free now anyway. I mean, it was at 17-18 cents. It just hurts. So I burned a few $1,000 here, unfortunately. That is bad, and that was one of my fails here as well. So there you go. What else did we have? Phantom. That has been hacked down today as well. Take a look at Phantom. Phantom also, generally, the TA has been spot on. It was great for swing trading on this channel. We have made here very nice swings. I remember that when we moved up here, I told you this is just a corrective wave up. Yeah, this pretty much has been my only scenario. Profit taking up here, perfect. Made you aware a correction is coming, perfect. Made you aware we're going to come into this area between 40 and 75 cents, between the 88.7 and the 78.6% level. Done, perfect, but we are going right through it. That is now concerning, and there is one last support level left here. As you can see, we've come down out of that target area, and again, this target area is so relevant because this down here for 40 cents, and I told you this is a realistic level, but we've dropped below it, and that is again what is so concerning, and that is why we've dropped 35%. And there isn't much more where we can go to before we drop to zero. It is just what it is. And look at the support here. The last support for this coin, the last major support will be at 15 cents before we really go into the 1 to 2 cent area. And then people can argue, will it ever recover? And again, this is high risk. Absolutely. Do I sell my Phantom? I have a little bit left, or I have a little bit still. I'm not going to sell it, because my strategy is I diversify across various cryptocurrencies. Most of my funds are in Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, and I have it pretty much equally spread out across various coins, including Phantom, Harmony One, also Silica, some of it, you know, but these are the more risky coins. So unfortunately here Phantom as well, and I made you aware, I can't remember when I made you aware that I'm really concerned about Phantom. I think it was around 90 cents in Phantom videos, because we came down so fast as well, or we dropped into the target area already. But now you can see it, we're already here, we came down to 27 cents. And again, I'm not telling you this is never going to recover, but there is a risk. It is much more risky at the moment than many other, or than a lot of the other coins. Yeah. So Phantom also concerned. Let's take a look at Harmony One as well. Same picture. Yeah, I talked about a 4-cent Harmony One and got a lot of dislikes for it, and that was back in January, and here we are. But we even dropped below it, and that is what, you know, probably the best TA can't forecast. Yeah, because this is what we have to look at. You know, we have to look at these markets from a bullish point of view generally. Yeah, and these Elliott Wave counts and targets, they are of course based on the assumption that we're going to go up, because what is the alternative of going up? It's if the long-term trend is down, then you're going to die. The crypto market is going to die, or Bitcoin is going to, or Harmony One is going to die. So from a bullish point of view, this was actually a bullish Elliott Wave count, and it suggested that we come down into this area between 4 and 8 cents. And people called me crazy, and here we are. But again, we've dropped below it. Well, actually, we're holding it for now. As you can see, we dropped briefly below it. You can see how relevant, again, this 88.7% level is. And it's not a problem that we briefly dropped out of it, but it is a problem that we're already at the lower support level, and we now need to see a recovery. And if it doesn't happen, what would be sort of the last possibility for Harmony One? Well, I would still give it here, but again, then we are already nearly at 1 cent anyway. Here, the 1.3 cent, 1.5 cent level here, where we had that significant high here as well. This will probably be an area where we will find support, but will it ever recover? Risky. So, and maybe a few words just generally about coins and recovering. I mean, I think we are going, and I had the thought for a long time, but never really articulated it. The problem is we have so many cryptocurrencies. We have over, I don't know, over 5,000, maybe more. And I mean, new ones are created every day, even in the current phase. New cryptos are created every day. There are so many crypto coins, and you have obviously the good ones like the blockchains, which actually have a purpose, and then you have the sort of just the tokens, which also have a purpose, but I mean they are suffering a lot as well. But if we're already talking about different blockchains, they are all doing the same stuff, and I've always said we don't know which ones are going to make it, and also the metaverse cryptos. We don't know which metaverse crypto is going to make it. And there will be at some point a sieving through and sorting out between the good ones that are going to make it and the bad ones. And this sort of cleansing process we're going through now, I think, has to happen in order for the good ones to emerge and for better ones to come after. The problem is this hurts obviously every investor at the moment, and there will be projects that will go to zero. And I think, and I have a feeling these will be more projects than we actually think. I have a feeling, yeah. Nothing great, but I think, and again, I'm naturally an optimist, and I mean, I've never hyped coins really, especially, in this whole downtrend since November, but I think we're going to see some die, and more than we thought would die, unfortunately, which also for me is, yeah, I didn't see it. I mean, the last bull run that I realized, or the last bull run and the last bear market that I saw, we saw a lot of cryptos die. But the problem is that here we now have many more cryptos in the market. So also the number of coins that are going to die is probably more. So it's not good, but it is something that has to happen. It hurts me as well because I own Harmony One as well. Problem. So let's take a look at the Sandbox, which is actually one of the coins that I really like and also believe in, or at least from all the risky metaverse coins is the coin that I had most trust in because of all the partnerships and so on. But also this one, I mean, where did that come to now? Or let me take a look. Let's just draw the fibs. Let's just draw them from here, currently from the 12-cent level where we begin this wave. I don't know at the moment how this target area was, where it was created from. I think from here actually. So that's not too bad, because I could still go to the next higher level count, and I could still start from zero if I wanted to. So here, Sandbox at the moment, yeah, okay, but we're also here we already came below that level. We've recovered now, okay. So if we start from here, this wave count, it would suggest that the 88.7, so the critical level where it ideally shouldn't fall below, is at $1.12. Yes, we fell through it today briefly, but we also recovered already back to 131. And in the last video, I showed you here this target because we were, I think, somewhere here or whatever. And I showed you from this head and shoulders pattern the target, and this was $1.50 or 145. And this is also where we came to, but again, we even dropped below it. I mean, but for the Sandbox, it should ideally not drop below $1.12. Now, should it really lose this level, the last major support level I would suggest is here around 87 cents. Again, if we lose that, also here, big risk. So you can see that a lot of altcoins I'm currently concerned about because they come down much faster than I anticipated. Now, I'm not suggesting to anyone here, sell, because that's up to you if you want to do that. And I'm just doing this live stream because a lot of people have asked me, can you not please talk about all the coins you're concerned about? And you can see it is getting, unfortunately, over the last few days, we've got more and more. On the other hand, and I also need to make that clear, it doesn't mean that coin that drops below that level will die. It just means it will have it much harder for recovery. And statistically, more coins or stocks and shares that drop below that 88.7% Fibonacci level in wave 2 they do never recover. Yeah, it is just what it is, unfortunately, and I just present to you here what happens, you know, statistically and out there. So what else? Seen here Polkadot requests, and I only cover the ones that I normally cover anyway. So let's just find the right chart here. I think it was, no, not Bybit, Bitfinex. There you go. Polkadot also has finally come into my target area here. It's also here currently in the middle of it. Currently not concerned about. Yeah, it has, to be honest, it held quite well throughout this whole correction. It has then really had this sort of capitulation here, came down to $8.16, now back to $9. Could theoretically in the current environment or in the current scenario still drop to just below $6. At the moment, not concerned about Polkadot. Yeah, it still has space in its target area. In theoretically here, one more area of support. I mean, if we take a look at it, this is significant support here, not only because we had the highs here, but I would suggest somewhere around 450 here. Just if you see here, there was historical support, so that will probably be support again. 462, worst case here, 368 for Polkadot, but also that wouldn't be good because below $6, you're below the 88.7% Fibonacci level. So nothing is safe, but DOT looking much better than Phantom, Harmony One, XRP, Sandbox. Yeah, from a technical point of view and how much it has retraced. Let's take a look at Polygon Matic. So again, we're just going through the coins that I normally have here in the rotation, and I really just wanted to point out the most risky ones and just had so many questions. Polygon Matic, not concerned at all. To be honest, one of the coins that looks best. Honestly, one of the coins that looks best. Who would have thought? The coin I was really not happy about because it consolidated here too long and it never came close to my target area. And again, here that area we talked about back in January, between 30 and 60 cents. The area we would never reach again, I was told, and there we are, between 30 and 60 cents. Well, we've reached today, what have we reached? 66 cents. I would personally even consider that as area reached, because we talked about that when we were around $2 and more. So nice, yeah, but we're not even there yet, not quite. So you can still drop all the way down to 30 cents without having to worry. So I don't have a problem with Polygon Matic. Looks really good. And one of the safest one at the moment, which doesn't mean it couldn't change tomorrow, okay? I can only give you a momentary snapshot on the chart based on where are we in terms of all the target areas that I have formulated or given you from November, December, January onwards. And we are as you can see, I think here really only now Polygon Matic hasn't reached it yet. It's the only coin that has not reached those target areas. Yeah, and maybe AVAX I covered today. Oh yeah, VeChain is important. And I don't want to, don't have too much time here in the live stream, but VeChain, yeah, is dropped unfortunately below that 88.7% fib level as well. But for VeChain, I mean, again, it's never good if we drop below that last level here, 3.3 cents. Never good. It looked for a really long time really good in here, that it could really recover. It's dropped now below that level as well. Not good. And again, also unfortunately below that level, but it has a really nice up and down structure here, which can also provide support. So I think here at 2.3 cent level, 2.2% level would not be a disaster. We had historical support here, or yeah, resistance here, and then we had support in that area. So, but if we drop below that again, here the 1 cent level will provide support, but then again we are in ridiculous price levels anyway. Again, from an ideally bullish point of view, you would have wanted VeChain to hold this, and I did expect it to hold, and it didn't even hold that. Bear in mind, we talked about these price levels when VeChain was still at 17 cents. Again, it was told it will never reach these areas, and I myself didn't expect it would really reach the 3.3 cent level that was reached, but with today's catastrophic events, it has even dropped below that, and that's not good. Absolutely not. So also here getting more risky, and that is really everything I can tell you at the moment, right? It needs to turn around now soon. It needs to turn around soon, and other than that, it is also one of the more risky ones, unfortunately. As you can see, we have here a lot which are looking more risky now, because they are just dropping below this last fib level, unfortunately. And let's take a look at Chainlink. It just means there is less support left, and that then statistically means we have a problem. Yeah. So Chainlink, rather not concerned, still in this target area again between the 88.7 and the 78.6% Fibonacci level. And I would now need to double check myself from where or how that target area came about. I think I started somewhere down here, also pretty much, yeah, close to zero. So here again between $6 and $11 roughly was that target area. We haven't dropped below it yet, so hope here still it's going to hold. So not too concerned about Chainlink yet. Also one of the later ones that actually reached that target area. So Chainlink covered. Oh yeah, Gala again. Gala, I already raised my concerns a few weeks ago, because it had already dropped back then below that 88.7 fib level, and that is, yeah, I mean, I haven't even seen that it's dropping so much, but that is, yeah, I wouldn't, this is not looking healthy. And you know, you could, I mean, I don't know if I don't want to call it dead, but what can I say? It's dropped below the 10-cent level. That was sort of the last option I gave it also in the last video, and now it's dropped. It had dropped already down to 3 cents. Absolutely shocking, and 40% down. My view is I'm actually not sure if this is going to recover, honestly. And it hurts myself. I've got Gala, so also here I probably wasn't bearish enough, even though I told you that we're going to get into this area, and again, nobody believed it, but we've even dropped below that. So we can see the crypto market goes currently through a filtering process, it seems, and this has nothing to do with the quality of this project. Yeah, it is from a technical point of view, this has now much lower chances to go to new all-time highs and to recover, unfortunately, which doesn't mean it couldn't. Even Terra Luna has a chance to recover, even though it's a very low one. And anybody who bought, I think, Terra Luna today at 80 cents or something and sold it at 250, congratulations. Right, let's do one more here. Cosmos Atom, and then I can't do the live stream much longer, but I really wanted to bring this stuff out there because I had so many questions about, can you not talk about the ones that you're concerned about? And I hope it helped you. So again, here, in even this wave count, you know, so this sort of wave count, Elliott wave count, where we had our impulse up here, then an ABC correction, also did undershoot my target area of $12.12. And you need to remember also here, I talked about this target area. I talked about a $12 Cosmos when we were at $40. And it looked a long time I wouldn't even reach that target area, yeah. And now it came to the point where I was doubting, oh, do I need to rework my target area here? And we came down very fast in the end. Now we've dropped below it. Now from that wave count is still possible all the way up to $7. So we could still drop to $7 and it would still be possible because we have space to the downside, yeah. So not concerned about Atom, absolutely, because we could still go to the next higher level wave count. In the worst case, I could say, okay, in the worst case, all of this here was just a wave 1, and then we've made a huge wave A, overshooting wave B, we're coming down in a wave C, and in this wave C, we could theoretically drop down to $6 without having a concern, okay? So in there, we are in the middle of that target area. So could even say, all right, let's just go with that, and not concerned about Cosmos Atom at the moment. I think what contributes to that is that contributes to that is that Cosmos has held quite a long time up there. I think it was really late with the correction, which is now helping it sort of because it's not come down that much. Right, let's do loop ring, and then at some point I need to finish the live stream. I think it's already going on for over half an hour. Problem is I actually don't know which chart I normally use. I think I do Rune once more. I think Rune, many people consider, yeah, and loop ring as well. I mean, this is just bad overall. I mean, I didn't have a chance really to look at the charts today, but it surprises myself. Yeah, so here 44 cents was sort of the 88.7% level. Here I could imagine loop ring comes down to either 33 cents, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. It's here support, and maybe even 16 cents. And again, it is below the 88.7% level, not good, but I would give it that chance because we have historical major support here in that area. And then let's finish it off with Rune. And there might be one more I want to have a look at. Rune also did its wave C. Not concerned about Rune. No, I'm not concerned about Rune. This is actually a different chart structure. This might become something like a triangle. I need to look into this in more detail. This is interesting, and I'm not concerned about Rune at the moment. The reason for that is that I could start my wave count here. Then I get to this $2.90. We could still drop to. Even if I started at 0, it could still drop a bit more. You've got an ascending trend line, so there's a chance it really holds the $3 level. So not too concerned about Rune. Looks currently better than many other coins. Yeah, Silica I wanted to have a look at. And again, sorry, I really need to go through these quickly here, but to get more detail about these coins and more TA content, check out my individual videos. This live stream here is really about helping you understand which coins I see as more risky than others if I compare all the TAs that I do of these coins, all the coins that I have in my rotation with each other. So that is just, and I apologize, I haven't really had a chance really to I don't really have a chance to read through all the comments, unfortunately. Yeah, that's the benefit of the member live stream. That's the benefit of the member live stream, that you have a chance to, that we have a chance to interact, which is here in this public live stream. Just even though I slowed the chart down, I thought I did I not slow it down? One sec, I think that anyway. For some reason, I think, no, the slow mode is on, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, that I just can't read through everything, unfortunately. So where were we? Silica, I can't remember. What was the chart I used? I think it was gate.io. Here, Silica, not concerned. Must be very honest with you, not concerned, because in this overall ABC correction, it actually came down to 3 cents. Honestly, we're currently at 5 cents. It's holding well, even though it dropped quite significantly. But what Silica could have done, it could have done its first impulse already in its first correction down after the overall correction. I'm not telling you this is already done with its correction, but it's not looking too bad. I'm very honest with you. So this could still drop all the way down to 3 cents. Only then I would start to get concerned. We now have 5.3 cents. That is still pretty much 30-40% drop possible for Silica. So not too concerned about that. And one more, which I cover here, the near protocol. Oh shit. What happened here? All right, I don't know what happened here, but did that really drop to 350 today? But again, this doesn't look healthy at all. I don't know what happened. Something fundamentally might have happened. But again, this means that I have to even go again to the higher level wave count, and even if we started here, this is probably what I have to do, probably to start somewhere here. And then if we draw the fibs, because all of this has been invalidated, the bullish wave count over here, we've dropped below all these levels. Here, 272 is basically what I would still give it. At the moment, it's recovered massively, which is great. Currently not concerned about near, because all of this could just have been a massive A, B, C correction as it seems now. And that target area which I had here, which was actually spot on at the time, has now even been the price went below it. So here, below 272, I would get a concern. Yeah, at the moment we're at $7, so looking decent. Yeah, not too problematic. So ADA I did in the beginning, Peter. What else? There was one more I wanted to talk about. One more. Oh yeah, Crow. But that's it then. And then I have to, at some point here, close the live stream. And I hope this was helpful. Again, it might have seemed a bit chaotic because I just go through the different coins here quickly. But again, it was a request by a lot of people, a lot of channel members to really talk just about the coins here that I'm concerned about. Kronos, not too problematic at the moment. The sort of here the 88.7% fib level at 17.5 cents. AVEX I already talked about in my video today. Cadena maybe once more, because Cadena is unfortunately also, what's that? What is my Cadena chart? Cadena, I don't know which one I used. It's a bit of a problem now. KuCoin maybe. No, Cadena is on its way down. Cadena high risk, yeah. So again here 170, it's pretty much over. Yeah. Again, big concern here currently at this support level. There was support before around 134. I think this is sort of the last one I would give it. If it drops below that, or here, let me just make that a bit larger. If it drops below this swing low here, at around 140, I think that's it. I would still give it that opportunity to come down to that level because of how impulsive the whole market is coming down. But then high risk, Cadena as well. So, okay, let's just see. Okay, guys, I do one more, and that was Veracity because I covered it before. Veracity. Okay, I had my alternative here on the chart from the last video already. That was this area here. Again, it shouldn't drop. It shouldn't drop below 6 cents. No, not 6 cents. 0.6 cents. We're currently at 0.7. So also here getting close to it, but not a problem at the moment. Yeah, not a problem. Actually, where we want it to be, because in the previous video I already counted this as an A, B, C correction, where in the C wave you ideally get below the wave A, and the wave A was here around 0.7 cents. So we need to get below that. It's actually not a problem at the moment. If we drop much more here below 0.6, that wouldn't be good, and we could get a bit concerned. But overall, you know, that generally the picture here is that you can see it. There is something going on in the crypto market, and we're at a point where it's probably too late to sell, yeah, for these coins. And again, that's the decision everybody needs to make individually. I personally, my risk management is I hold long term. I don't necessarily, for my longer term portfolio, I don't use stop losses because I hold a lot of these coins on my hardware wallets. So then again, in the worst case, in cases like that, you don't sell, you have to hold, and you have to hope it's going to go up. Therefore, I spread the risk across various altcoins, but my biggest chunk is in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Yeah, so in the more solid ones I really believe in, and that shows here at the moment why Bitcoin is still a good idea. Yeah, potentially. You know, when do you notice when to sell? That is a very hard answer, a hard question, because you never know. Yeah. Ideally, the safest way to handle all of this in a correction is to wait until you are back in an uptrend. That is the safest way. If you wait until that, you risk that you're losing the lowest, whatever, maybe 10%. Yeah, you lose some performance because you only get into the trade, or you only buy as soon as you are in an uptrend and you have an established uptrend. When you buy in a downtrend, there is, unfortunately, it's all probabilities, and I gave obviously these target areas in my videos as well. And a good way to handle this, anybody who wants to use a stop loss, is of course to set a stop loss below these target areas, and that would have prevented many people from losing a lot, because these target areas were areas of probable turnarounds, and if anybody bought maybe above that or in these target areas and didn't use a stop loss, and we then drop below these target areas, then there is an expectation that it drops much more, unfortunately. And this is sort of the area where then risk management, would have helped. I don't use a stop loss because I don't want to risk my cryptos by holding them on an exchange. So therefore I use a hardware wallet where you naturally can't use a stop loss. Short-term trades is of course different, always a stop loss. But yeah, unfortunately, this is welcome to the crypto market. Yeah, and we are in a risky environment, and didn't know, but we expected these lower prices, but that it's now coming down that much, that fast, isn't great. And from my point of view, as you know, I've been super bearish about Bitcoin and the altcoins all the time. Now I think it's time for them. They have to turn around. If we don't see a turnaround soon, many altcoins, I think more than we think, will die, which isn't great. And Bitcoin is of course still holding well, but also it has now come into my target area. I think it must drop a little bit more, but then it can really turn around. Ideally, and I really hope so, it will turn around at 27.5k. This would be the 61.8% level, and hopefully the altcoins will then also turn around, and that can save a lot of altcoins. And a crash is also always an opportunity. So what I think will happen if Bitcoin really turns around at 27.5, that would be amazing. If it does that, and it could do that, because every low could now be the completion. Yeah, I've always told you throughout this whole downtrend, it's not over yet. Maybe we go here and then come down, whatever. There are always alternative scenarios, but I always told you we're going to get into this area. We've come into it now, or touched it at least. And now I've always told you, when we get into this area, I will change my perspective, because then it gets much more likely that we are turning around. But also I have to tell you, we are still in a downtrend, and as long as we don't see enough signs of the bulls, we are not in an uptrend yet. So I can only recommend AVAX. Check out my AVAX video from today. I pretty much said everything in the AVAX video. AVAX, I've got it all in the AVAX video. AVAX a bit concerned, but not majorly, not massively concerned. And Algorand, I realize that deserves something, because I think it crashed down as well massively, but not too concerned Algorand wise. Okay, I think what helped Algorand that it recovered quite a bit here recently. Target area here could go down to 30 cents. We are quite far away from that. Not concerned Algorand. Alchemy Pay, and that is really the last one now. Doesn't look good. I can tell you that already. I just need to find my chart, which doesn't mean it couldn't recover. Okay, I need to say that as well. It doesn't mean it couldn't recover, but it's just that if you drop below, the problem is, okay, here. No, it's also dropped below that 88.7 level. It's now in an area of support. You can see that here historically we had some support levels. It's already below the 88.7 level, and that is at 2.3 cents. Again, it needs to recover quickly, or also here we have a risk it could die. That's the problem, which isn't great. Yes, Ryan, just check out my AVAX video from earlier. I talked about the risk around AVAX then, so I didn't do it in this live stream. Yes, guys, so I have to leave already. I think nearly an hour now, and time did go fast, right? Maybe if you hit the like button, then we could do that again. Maybe tomorrow. I need to see if people like that, if that is a format you like, especially at the moment. Won't do it every day, but if that is something that is useful, then maybe we could do that tomorrow again, because time is always running fast. And And again, unfortunately, while doing this, I couldn't really check the comments and everything. But I really appreciate all your support. This channel has grown massively, and hopefully, and I really hope, because I want to help people as well, hopefully it really helped a lot of people that have been talking about this correction since November. I know when you start talking about it and you are very high, with Cosmos at $40, and I talk about a $10 Cosmos, people think, well, who's this guy? But hopefully it made people think, and hopefully this gives you some trust in the Elliott Wave analysis as well, because in my opinion, it is the best method you can use to forecast price moves. It's not perfect, and you can't aim for 100% accuracy, obviously. Also, TA has its limits, as you can see. It doesn't apply to everything, it doesn't always apply, but when you're riding the right wave count, then it can really accurately help you to forecast price moves. And again, you can rewatch the live stream when you've just joined. It will always be online on the channel, and I really appreciate your support. And of course, I'll keep doing content. Really love the community, and thanks all. So maybe we can do that tomorrow again. I'll let you know. Yeah, but all hit the all hit the like buttons, the button. So again, everybody who's watching this as a video and is not here in the live stream, we've got 565 likes. If we get to 1,000 likes, which is a lot, I'll do a live stream tomorrow. All right, see you and have a great evening, morning, or afternoon, or whatever. Thank you. Bye.